This year, the Centre for Progressive Policy teamed up with a cross-party group of MPs to look at how economic growth is shared between people and places. We call this inclusive growth. Gross domestic product, or GDP, is the way that economic growth is usually measured.
It's a big figure that gets a lot of attention, but it really doesn't tell us very much about our own economic and social well-being.
That's why we decided to produce an alternative set of economic measures across country, community and employer level. We believe this is the most comprehensive set of measures of inclusive growth to date.
In our 3 reports, we score each country and community on how well they're doing in terms of delivering shared prosperity. We also look at the UK's largest employers on how they're performing in providing good, inclusive jobs for their employees. When we looked at countries across the world and communities across the UK, what we found was that GDP figures often do not accurately reflect our inclusive growth measure, which we find to be a clearer explanation of people's lived experience of the economy. When we looked at UK communities, what we found was health is the key factor. People's abilities to live healthy, long lives are really important for understanding how shared prosperity in the UK is distributed.
The third report looks at the essential relationship between good work and inclusive growth, and the vital role that employers have to play. While the public sector scores higher on average, the top scores go to private sector businesses, and within sectors, the differences are often wider than between them. So it's possible for companies to score well on inclusive growth, whatever sector they're in.
So what this analysis shows is that what we really need is for local and national leaders to embed inclusive growth in their decision making. And these metrics allow them to do exactly that.
Decision makers in business, civil society and in politics can use these alternative set of measures to really assess the impact they're having on people's lives. We think this is the necessary next step to make sure that economic growth can be really shared by all.